bye keyboard and hello to Alexa. My name is Laysa Uchoa, and I'm here today with
Yuliia Barabash.
and we are cloud engineers. We work at North Cloud. We work with AWS, GCP, and also with Python. And today we're going to be talking with you about Alexa. So the inspiration of Alexa comes from our old times, from this movie, 2001, Space Odyssey. I don't know if you heard about this movie. So in this movie, they had a robot, and this robot could control things in this space navy. And although the robot was a bit evil, it is kind of an inspiration for Alexa. So moving forward, you may wonder why Alexa is called Alexa. One of the reasons they choose the name Alexa is because on this name there is this X. And X is a very different letter, and it's a very easy for, in this case, to be recognized when you're talking about sound. And also the name Alexa comes from Alexandria, which is a library. What a city. It's a library. Which has a lot of knowledge. And yeah, that's just out of curiosity for you. And we are talking about Alexa. Maybe we should actually ask our friend to introduce herself.
Let's ask Alexa to introduce. Alexa, can you introduce yourself?
I can provide information, music, news, weather, and more.
Wow, I think it's already working. So one cool thing about Alexa is that Alexa can understand different languages. Alexa is polyglot, can understand German, English, Japanese, French, and Spanish. And yeah, this is quite interesting that it has all the support. Some of the Alexa's powers that maybe the potential of Alexa is still to be seen. Maybe we're going to arrive what was out there that we could control space navies and so on. But most of the people use Alexa for things very basically, like reading news, a chronometer, playing Spotify, controlling your house in a smart way. But we as developers, we want to go further. And we want to be able to not use the default ones. We want to make our own Alexa skills. So let's talk about Alexa skills. As I say, you can have Alexa's default skills, or you can also have customized one. We're gonna show you how can you make your own skill. Let's say something with Alexa. So, for example, when she talked with Alexa, Alexa, can you introduce yourself? The word that Alexa understands first is Alexa. That's when we suppose and we hope that's when Alexa start to listen, because we don't want that listens all the time and try to answer all our questions. So this would be the awake word. She had an example. So this would be awake word. The next word could be open, start, ask, tell, help me. All these words would be called like a launch word. So you are telling Alexa, please launch this set of words or set of sentences that I can proceed with my request. And the invocation name. So, for example, when you are customizing Alexa skills, you can have everything in kind of one. If you are talking about the space, maybe you have an intent called space facts, and you can have all your sentences there. This would be like kind of an invocation name. Kind of you would say, okay, I'm looking for things related to space. So here, how can you invoke a custom skill? So first you do it like I say it here, open or start or ask or tell, and then it will start to going over that collections of sentences. For example, Alexa, open develops projects. Or Alexa, start my working routine. Maybe we can open develop a project.
Yes, for example, as Laysa mentioned, we have invocation. Command, and right now I will show you example. Alexa, open developer projects.
Hi, I can help you manage your developer life.
Okay, great, because I'm a developer and I need help. So we have here then this is the first one, like the first one that she opens the Slack, that she will look for things there. And then we have utterances. Utterances are a set of sentences that you would train your Alexa to understand. For example, Alexa, give me a fact. But you know, for example, give me, tell me, pick up, fetch, they are quite similar. You can have utterances for that. So that's what utterances will be, a set of phrases that represents an intent. If you have a collection of utterances, you have to put somewhere, and then you would create an intent. An intent is a collection of these utterances. As it's here, an intent represents an action that fulfills a user-spoken request. One thing here is the intents built in. So, as I say, you can have things that are already provided for you by Amazon, and you can have already like intents that you don't need to work. But in case you want to do it, you would do it like this. You would define a set of utterances, put in an intent, and start to use it. So, this is not enough, because we have things called variables, things that can change. For example, if I ask, give me a fact, this is too general. A fact about what? But if I tell me, give me a fact about Munich, then I know, okay, I can use this information, my API request, to look for things related to Munich specifically. And this is what slots are. They are just basically variables that you can change. But what's cool about that is that you can define a type, so you can create a new type, or you can use the predefined type by Alexa. For example, they have for colors, for animals, for many numbers, dates, and so on. So I would say, give me a fact about Munich, write me a message, hey, open my Jira ticket, blah, 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 blah. And then here is just an example of all you can find it, but it's just a way that you can give a variable to your command. And how does Alexa does that? So Alexa, first you say, Alexa, help with a project, Jira project, and then Alexa would open this would invoke custom skill, and will receive the question and translate to an intent. But I would think about intent more like a box of things related to something you want to look. So if you are looking for space facts, there is a box about space facts that you create. Or if you are looking for Jira projects, you put all your questions inside this box and it will pick up from this box. And then after this, it will send the intent for processing, making an API request, fetching data, or doing some action. We will see in the demo today. And then we receive the response after processing this answer and answer to. And it will look like this. It's quite simple visually, and Alexa would be quite in the way for us to communicate by translating language and in a more logical or programming way. And now we're going to go to examples and demos.
So let's now talk about how we can build our Alexa. But before, let's repeat again what we go through, so it will be easier for you to understand. As we discussed, we have three different things. We have intent, utterance, and slots. And again, here examples that we my intent to check my project, description of my project, because sometimes I'm working on the project and I don't want to open another tab, log in, get some information, go to Jira, search, and so on. I just want to go note description. So here you can see that I can tell in two ways how I can get my description. Basically, this way will represent like my utterance, like read description for Jira task ID, or what is the description of the Jira. And that time, Alexa will translate this to intent. Also, you can see here we have placeholder that will be our variables that also Alexa will pass for us. But overall, this a complex, this easy thing also have very nice architecture. So to be sure that you can build your custom skills, you need like some place to process it. You need some place to process your intent. In our case, there's two ways to use it. It's via AWS Lambda and via HTTP request. For example, you can do HTTP request to another endpoint, but also as Alexa is Amazon, it has a nice integration with AWS Amazon Lambda. So we will use our Lambda. How it's happened, we have requests that we receive. After that, Alexa did some kind of pre-processing, set JSON with all information to Lambda. Lambda do her magic and send back response, and we receive our answer, as you saw with when we wanted to get some information about Alexa. But how we can build this? And for building this, we can use basically AWS Amazon Skill Kit SDK, where we have some building blocks that we just can focus on its implementation. And if we will think how it will look like this, where we have our foundation and handler input in skill builder. Handle input has a lot of functionality where you can extract like information about the session, about like slots, about user as well, allocation of user, if he allows, so there's permission for this. And also skill builders that help you to build the skill and define different intents. But let's see how it will happen. But before, we also need to discuss how we can implement our features. And for implementing our features, what we just need to do, we need to discuss our request handler. Every request handler will handle different intents. I will show you as well right now during demo, and so we will check AWS console. But basically, request handler will be responsible for handling different features. And now, if we started to build your Alexa skill, what you need to define first, you need to define skill builder. Basically, skill builder will be like a wrapper around your skill, where you will just add the method handler for your specific intent, and that will be called. And additionally, it's possible to do like some global injection before sending request, before receiving request, and other stuff with skill builder. But right now, we just will focus on request handlers. And here we can see that we have the simple example of a launch request. When I help with developer projects, Alexa understand, okay, it's request for launch custom skill. And when it's launching, it will be execute this method. But how it understand? Because here we have our skill builder. After that, we call the method will act as decorator, request handler, and we will pass is request type and is the type of the launch request. And this point, it will understand, okay, she will copy me, I need to call this method. And here we can see that I have handler input, I also have response build, and where I will tell, like, can you speak how I can manage Jira project? And after that, get your answer. This one asks, we have it to keep the session open. And after that, we have our response. Another one is more complicated one. It's about processing our intents, how we want to process our intent. For example, we have like intent Jira project, and to define that, okay, we just want to process intents at Jira projects. Here you also have your request handler. You define is it intent name Jira project, and this case understand, okay, I need to execute this code. Here in this part, basically what we have, we query like API from Jira, get our projects. We list all our project, get name and key, pass it, and after that we will receive our response. I will show you this execution during demo. And now let's talk to the demo. And for the demo, we need to understand our console, Amazon console. If you here, okay, it's better. So for what is important, what you need to know here to be sure that you can build your own custom skills. First of all, you need to define your skill invocation name. In our case, it will be developer projects. As you see, I already use it. In that case, my skill was used, woke up, Alexa was able to understand. After that, we define all our intents. For example, Jira project, workflow intent, issue close. And if you get look of them, for example, this Jira project is super easy intent because we define what my current Jira project, my Jira project, and which Jira project do you have. After that, Alexa will understand and try to answer you. So if you do this and just check, open developer projects.
Hi, I can help you manage your developer life.
What my current Jira projects?
Go to Market Sample with Key GTMS, my Kanban project with KeyCon.
Exactly. And if I go here,
The PyCon skill can't help you with that.
sorry, because I didn't, if I go here, Jira, here, I have go to my board, I will increase and I show you my projects. You can see, go to market sample, my Kanban project, it was able to get data from Jira and check it. It's one of the simplest command, but if we want to check more complex one, for example, issue, what we should check? Issue intent. Let's try to run again. Open developer projects.
Hi, I can help you manage your developer life.
On issue 1, write hi.
The PyCon skill can't help you with that.
Yeah, this is tricky one. On issue,
The PyCon skill can't help you with that.
on issue 1, write hi.
The PyCon skill can't help you with that.
Sometimes it's hard to say it as a non-native
Exactly.
because, for example, sometimes when you say right, it understands like right.
Right.
And not really that is right. But for example, if you go here, it's also interesting. You could also test it here. And for example, if we tested there, we would be able to see. But first you can open the issue so we
Yep.
can see that there is nothing there.
So if we go here, we
Make
open
it
this.
bigger.
We can open our issues.
So if we go to the first issue,
And so we can go to the first issue. I found a bug.
no, it's the other one. So this is 4, number 4, number 1.
Okay, I am on an issue. And here we have our issue. And let's go and try to make magic. And I'm sure I can't
Type.
developer projects.
Hi, I can help you manage your developer life.
Yeah, here, and if we just execute one of them, the thing is that with Alexa, what we need, it should match your issue, your comments, because in this case, for example, a comment on issue 1, it will understand that exactly you should need to comment
Hi.
hi on issue 1.
Comment is dispatched correct.
Okay, so I hope that is there. If you refresh,
Hi.
comment is there. We almost done. So we can also dispatch a workflow, for example.
Yeah.
GitHub Actions. We can do this with Alexa. So for example, if you open,
I think this one.
I think this one will work.
Yeah. Open developer projects.
Hi, I can help you manage your developer life.
Run workflow
Greet.
on Alexa.
Greet on none failed to dispatch.
run workflow grid on Alexa.
On repository, Alexa.
The PyCon skill can't help you with that.
I need to rehearse better next time.
Deploy workflow grid on
PyCon skill can't help
Oh
you
my
with that.
god, it's shame.
deploy workflow grid on repository Alexa.
None on Alexa failed to dispatch.
Yeah, it was working before. But we can test that here because we can write it, and that's how we're supposed to be talking exactly.
But if you can sure after the speech, just come to us. We will repeat because and it will show you. Open developer projects.
So the hardest challenge is to
Hi,
speak
I
correct.
can help you manage your developer life.
Thank you.
Thank you. And it's the hardest one is to speak and also remember all the stuff.
Yeah, so there is also like a ways that you can go over that by using synonymous. So if you know words that are very similar, you can tell this word will be synonymous and put the things similar. So this would be like make it more complex, which I believe it's how it's more default ones are done. Grid. So we're gonna try to, grid. Yeah. We're gonna try to deploy GitHub action.
Read on Alexa is dispatched correct.
Yes.
Give me.
So if we go, can we go to there to show?
Yep.
Actions. So if we go to actions, you see that I put some timer here so we can see it running, but it's running. So it was deployed just by me talking. I could do that something, I don't know, if you just want to run tests in the morning and you know how to speak English correct, you can definitely use something like this, like run my test, and then the results will be there. Because sometimes we are just waiting for pipelines to run, and that could be something you can do. If you can't talk, you can always write.
And I think it's all for our demo.
Yes.
And if you sum up again, Alexa is pretty rich. You can do nice integration. Maybe if for example, like with getting like calendar, getting information about your calendar or to-do list, or do more info like customize your smart home as well. And also it's possible to do personalization of your request because like it understands your voice and can identify the voice and can distinguish its voice. It has integration with Lambda and also possible to do authentication with PIN and also do account linking if you have third party.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions from the audience? Yeah, Alexa tricked us today. Yeah, please.
It's free. No, like if application Alexa on my phone is free, I pay for device at home. I like 40 euros, maybe less it was. And Lambda is super cheap. You just need to pay for Lambda.
You also have free Lambda request at the beginning.
There's free trials also. Like 1 million, I think it's not.
Okay. Any other questions?
Maybe you have done some other integrations other than Jira? Maybe some
Have you tried any of them?
Yeah, Slack would be nice. I just did with Jira and with GitHub. Yeah, maybe Gmail probably already exists. But with Slack, if it doesn't exist, it could. I think if you have the endpoint, you just can use request, and whatever you get, you just transform around what you want to listen out of it. But it's quite straightforward because as Alexa, when you are developing, it gives you the JSON. You can always get this JSON and use on your Lambda and test. So for me, it felt that development-wise, it was quite smooth.
Build Internet of Things at home as well, because basically you have Lambda, and with Lambda you can do a lot of stuff in the middle.
And I believe that's what people do as customization the most, IoT.
Yep. Any other questions? Yeah, please.
No.
Security issues, it's a very good question. So basically, yeah, authentication can be tricky because they do not recommend to have authentication by understanding like whose voice is whose. That's why they have this PIN. So basically, I know, for example, if you want to order Uber and you need to pay, so I want to go. Is it possible to order Uber with Alexa? And this way you can use authentication by PIN. So every person has personal PIN and she can pronounce it. It's one of the way how to secure. But what do you mean other ways of securing? Do you mean like? No, if they hacks my.
It wouldn't be in your phone. It would be in the Lambda.
Yeah, exactly. It will be on my. It will be on Lambda, so they need to hack my AWS account to get my API keys. Well,
They would have to hack Alexa, I would say,
yeah.
in this case.
No AWS account as well, because like you cannot get like just simple API keys. It's still like AWS account. It I believe my AWS account.
Yeah, I thought it was more related whether the awake word work or not.
Do you mean by that will be to use my commands to retrieve the data, or they will get my API keys or database? I think the big point it will be to hack my AWS account, then they will get access to everything. But as far as they cannot get access to my AWS account, because like with AWS accounts you just send text, you don't send like.
And also, when you create in the token, you can always put permissions to not give permissions to your own GitHub account in total, just to, for example, just to do a dispatch of workflows, or you can granular these permissions. That would be another way that I would follow, to not give a token that gives all the permissions of as an admin.
Okay, thank you so much. Any other questions left? So thank you so much. A big applause to you ladies as well. We are having